Welcome back, folks. Today, we have a gripping and mysterious tale to share with you. Mystery of the Diane Holik Murder Case. One that revolves around the enigmatic Diane Holik. Who Diane Holik actually was. Before we dive into the murder mystery, let's learn a bit about it. Diane Holik was a New Yorker who wanted to travel around the country after getting married. She was looking forward to sell her previous house in Texas, the one she used to live in, on November 15, 2001. When Diane Holik opened the door to a stranger, she thought she had finally found a buyer for her Austin home. However, it would turn out to be a disastrous oversight. Later that afternoon, November 15, 2001, according to court documents, she was working from home for IBM when she informed colleague Cynthia Barajas on the phone that a man had just stood by to examine the residence. The man was going to come back later with his wife. Holik was delighted because she believed she had sold her home. A severe storm was en route to the area that afternoon. After it was finished, Holik's pals started calling each other to see how she was doing, but no one could get through. Later, when the police arrived at the house, her neighbor and realtor Lakki Brown allowed them inside, and they found the terrifying evidence in an upstairs guest bedroom. Holik had ligature marks around her neck and was sprawled out on the ground fully dressed. Later, the medical examiner would conclude that she had been strangled. Despite the absence of any indications of assault, her wrist showed red markings, indicating that she had been bound with zip ties before the murderer cut them and took them with him when he fled. She also didn't have her enormous engagement ring. First, investigators focused on Holik's close associates, such as her fiancé Dennis, who openly acknowledged experiencing some ups and downs during the courtship. He gave an alibi that put him in Houston that afternoon and insisted he didn't hurt Holik. According to one of Holik's neighbors, at 5 o'clock that afternoon, he observed a gold or brown vehicle parked in Holik's driveway and thought it must be a potential buyer for the home. Police quickly discovered that several women in the exclusive neighborhood had complained about a man saying he was interested in buying their house in the months before the deaths. They were able to trace the license plate to a gold van driven by Patrick Tony Russo, a singer in a local Christian rock band and a part-time music minister at a nearby church. Russo had served time in prison for a number of attacks on women who claimed he had strangled them when he found them alone. But by the time Holik was killed, he was married to a woman he had met while incarcerated on parole and professed to be a born-again Christian. Russo denied ever knowing Holik and that he had never gone house hunting. But the truth eventually came out when the ring had been taken off Holik's hand, and a DNA switch there also seemed to support Holik and Russo being mixed together. For investigators to make an arrest, it was sufficient. In February 2004, Russo received a death penalty conviction. As we wrap up our exploration of the Diane Holik murder mystery, it's clear that this case was solved bringing justice to Diane Holik. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating mysteries. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.